Well, from the perspective of the pendulum, what would happen is every time the pendulum would come through that cone of your awareness, so you don't know where the karma is coming from. It's coming from beyond your awareness, let's say. You don't know you'll meet that person that annoys you today. You don't know what circumstances will be there. But let's say the karma is ripe for that anger, annoyance, frustration to come again. So it's coming from somewhere, and as soon as it starts entering your cone of awareness, your domain of awareness, in that moment, you can choose to become a little bit more aware and present, knowing and acknowledging that this type of tendency is something that occurs again and again. So I'm aware of the tendency to get frustrated, and this person, God bless his or her soul, it's also a great reminder that I have this tendency. So now here comes the best condition for me to start purifying my karma. It comes in the form of a person that whenever I see, I get annoyed or irritated. So it's like I say, please come. Come. I'm present. I'm sitting here aware. So every time you see this person, you see it as a blessing. It's like now I'm working on my tendency to be annoyed or frustrated. So please come. And as the person enters your field and the conversation starts, and you're very present, what would happen? The karma has a momentum. And because it has a momentum, you continue to create that annoyance or that frustration. Except that this time you are present and you are not giving it a push anymore. You are not going along with it. It's still going, it's still creating something in your mind, in your emotions, in your energy field, but you are not going along with it anymore. You are simply saying, I will be non-reactive to it. I will not get caught. I will not be identified in this way. And as it does so, it simply drags a little bit, a portion of that energy, of that frustration, that annoyance, becomes more awareness and presence. And then the pendulum goes on the other side, not as high as before, just a little bit lower. And then you come back and you go a little bit less lower because you are present. Then you'll come back, and you'll come back, and you'll come back, and you'll come back. And little by little, you become more and more aware, more and more present, more and more silent with this tendency that comes, till we say that that karma reduces itself to a seed, to a kernel. Yes? Once that kernel is in you, you will always have it there. But if you are aware of it and present with any tendency, then you can allow it to remain at the level of the seed. So if the proper conditions come and you're not paying attention, you're not aware, you can water that annoyance, frustration, anger, or whatever, and you can start again. You see? So it doesn't mean that once I ate it, then it's gone. Hafiz has a poem that ends with saying, you're a fool if you think that the 1,000 idiots who have been living in your head have packed up the bags and have gone away. This is not the case. So that means that, yes, as long as you are present, centered, resting into a beingness, into the sense of I am, or even transcending this separateness as a I am being separate, yes, so that unity, that non-duality arises, as long as we are remaining in these domains and we have this recognition, we are resting deeper and deeper in this depth of our being, then We can see things coming. This karma which comes, lasts for a while and goes. But we are resting in a different way. Yes? We are putting the brakes on to this momentum of these different pendulums of different karmas happening in our lives. Now, let's increase a little bit more the awareness about this. So going even deeper, are there any questions so far? Okay, I saw a hand a little bit earlier, but probably clarified. So let's continue. There is a beautiful example which Sahaja gives that I would like to also give you. I might make it more dramatic or less dramatic. I forgot how he gave it. But let's say that you are on a roof of a building. Let's not make you. Let's not make it personal. Let's say a man is on a roof of a building. He goes there, a very good-hearted man, to watch the stars. That night is a beautiful meteor shower. And beautiful night to watch the stars. He simply gets himself a little bit more comfortable and wants to watch the entire sky. He comes closer to the edge of the building, and by mistakes, he kicks a brick that is just hanging right there, right on the edge of the building. He just hits it a little bit and he falls down. And as it happens, another human being, another man passes down. Exactly at that moment, the brick falls and he falls on this person's arm and hurting this person's arm. Yes? Let's make it a concrete hurt. Let's say the arm breaks. Okay? Now, my question to you is, does the man on top of the roof incur the karma or no?
From another teaching I received, I think
From what?
another sort of teaching that I received. It's 3 kinds of karma. There will be a karma, but there's more of like if there's a mosquito and you slap your hand and kill it. So there's an intention to kill the mosquito. There's a karma for that. If you end up killing the mosquito, there's a karma for that. If the mosquito ends up escaping, then there's a karma for that. And if you just let your hand fall accidentally and a mosquito happens to be there and gets killed, there's still a karma for that. They're just different karmas, but I don't know. It was a different teaching in Buddhist settings.
Okay, how does that sound to you? Did you hear what she said? How does the rest of the class? What do you think? Mm-hmm.
I think there was still karma, but it would be a lesser karma because he wasn't intending to cause harm. So his intention would be part of that karma.
So intention would be part of that karma, so there might be a lesser karma. Yes? Anyone else?
Would it not depend on how we reacted after the guy with the leg?
Nobody knows. The fellow is incomplete.
No, he doesn't know.
Yes. We make it simpler. He just kept watching the stars. Incomplete ignorance.
Well, wouldn't the karma be for careless harm instead of malicious intent?
The karma would be for what?
For carelessly causing harm instead of...
You'd be a karma for careless harm. For careless, it's like a judge. You.
I mean, it seems like what you're saying is being judged constantly.
Yes. Well, the law of karma has no judge. Is that the universe? It's only the universe trying to put things back in balance, in neutrality. There's no one who will measure things. So what you see is what you get. Yes. You can say there's no accidents. Still, the question is, will the fellow up on top of the roof incur the karma? You can say the one on the bottom maybe deserved it, but the one on top, will he continue to incur the karma?
That's what I mean, that there wasn't really an accident. Because there are no accidents. It happens for a reason, because of cause and effect.
I agree with you. There are no accidents. Still, this raises another question. And the question is, if someone is ignorant and hurts someone out of ignorance, or someone does it out of pure intention, then what does it mean there's no accident mean? Will they incur the karma or no? Yes, I agree with you. Nothing is an accident. Still, will he incur the karma or no?
He ignores it. He will be forgiven for his ignorance. That's what they say.
Okay, so he'll be forgiven for his ignorance. Okay. By whom? Who will forgive him?
The universe, whatever.
The universe. Okay. Anyone else?
I think he will incur the karma because he wasn't conscious and aware of his actions in that moment.
He will incur because he should have had more awareness.
He should have had more awareness.
He could have had. Yes.
Just building on what you said. His act of kicking the brick, even though it was done in a state of not being aware, it's still an act, it's still a positive act, which means that, well, by your metaphor of the swinging pendulum, it will still come back because it was a positive act, despite that it wasn't done in awareness.
Yes, that's true. There's that consideration there. Okay, should we continue? You guys want to know the answer? There is no answer in the sense that this is just, the answer is you. The answer is the present moment. But from a certain perspective of metaphysics, one could take the approach which Tanya mentioned, namely that there will be a form of karma which is incurred at different levels, yes? So there will be the karma at the level of intention, the karma at the level of the physical act, yes? So different planes of existence. You can create karma at the mental level, karma at the emotional level, energetic level, at the physical level, yes? So indeed, the karma, this person wouldn't incur an intention of having something malicious being directed towards him, but there would be some physical karma which would express there because the pendulum has to come back in this way. Another example would be if you, for example, do a good deed, but you have in your mind an ulterior motive. Yes, that means you manipulated the situation. So you may get the karma of that ulterior deed, of that good deed, at that plane, but you get also the karma of the ulterior motive of being manipulated against. In other words, whether you are a good corporation or a bad corporation, or someone who has greediness or non-greediness, if you take the seed of wheat and you plant it inside the earth, then what would come out? Wheat will come out, yes? So at the level of the physicality, that's the karma. No matter what your intention, whether you try to cheat the farmer or not, or what you are doing. You plant wheat, you get wheat, yes? So this wheat or barley or whatever is the physical level which expresses itself in this way. Why did I ask you this question? Where we are engaged simultaneously in a multitude of karma at these different layers of our bodies, yes, of the different, we can say, dimensions of our bodies, these different koshas. So there is a mental karma, there is, as I said, emotional karma or astral karma. There is also karma related to the energy. You can also hold the negative, strong energy towards someone, or you can give someone good energy. So this is there, and physical karma as well. But what would it mean? What would it mean to practice karma yoga if we understood how karma really exists? So understanding how karma is right now, and let's say, a last maybe insight about karma. The yogis are speaking about having a karma which is sort of like your collective deposit of karma that you have. Out of deposit of karma, you take a portion of it and you be manifested in this lifetime through this body. So the karma to be a man or a woman of a certain race, in a certain situation, so on and so forth. So they say this is the active karma. So your soul has a karmic deposit. From it, you take the current active karma. And also, as you are living right now, you can create future karma that can either express in this lifetime or in next lifetime. Yes? So now we are having quite understanding more what karma is, different qualities of it, different dimensions of it. So what would it mean to do karma yoga? What would it mean? Because you cannot stop the heart from beating. The fact that you already grew a nose, that means that you just produced the karma to grow another nose as a human. Because you already manifested the nose. Your soul manifested a nose, that means it acted. You see? It's a more subtle understanding. I'll let you contemplate about that one. So you already are set up to have another nose in the future. So what does it mean to not act? What would it mean? Because action is happening right now. Right now, as you are sitting here, your energetic system, your prana, is absorbing prana from the air that you breathe in, from the earth, from the light. You are interacting with those near you. So there's an energetic action happening right now, whether you are conscious of it or subconscious. Some of you are more dry emotionally, some of you are more alive. So, but still there's some emotional, astral kind of activity happening. There's some mental activity, unless maybe right now you can say, I've been in a mental void for the past half hour. So very likely your mind is trying to grab everything that is being said, filter them, understand it from your current perspective, and then put it in little drawers in your mind so you can remember, making correlations and meanings. So it's happening.